Alrighty, lumberjacks, welcome back to another episode of FDR Logging, because that's who we are and that's what we're doing. So today I was actually thinking of clearing out some of these trees that are kind of blocking this little area. I don't really want to drop too much down because we still got a lot of trees going on in this area, so I don't want to lag us out, but we're going to give it a shot. I kind of want to clear out just kind of this little section in here. I had the absolute worst leg cramp yesterday. I'm getting so old now, I feel like, but man, it's so sore today, so I'm gonna try my best to like use these pedals and bunch, but oh my god, if it starts to get out of hand, we're just gonna go become a processor operator, because muscle cramps are by far the worst thing. If there was anything invented that was bad, it's muscle cramps. And I get it, you gotta stretch, drink lots of liquids. I think that was the problem, is I was extremely dehydrated from working too hard and not paying attention to my hydration levels. So that's probably where that came from. Not probably, that's definitely what it was. But so be careful when you're doing that. Anyway, besides the point, so today's episode, I'm going to talk about, it's a thank you episode, actually. That was the plan. So this is a thank you episode, and the thank you is to you guys, to all of you, to the fans. And basically, I just wanted to kind of show my appreciation for everything that you guys have helped achieve as much as I have achieved. So I know lots of you are always giving me praise for the things that I do and the mods I create and what I do. But really, a lot of that is, it belongs to you guys as well. The praise really does belong to you guys as well. And that goes right from the top down, from the people who donate, you know, like on Patreon and YouTube, and to the people that donate on PayPal. There's so many people that donate on PayPal that just give like an anonymous kind of donation. Sometimes it's anonymous, sometimes it's named, but it doesn't really give me the option to say anything back and say thank you to those people that have donated on there. So I always get these donations and I'm like, oh man, I'd love to say thanks, but it's just... there's no system for doing that, especially when they're anonymous. So for all you people that have donated in any form, whether it be a regular subscription to Patreon or a regular YouTube subscription, or you know, if you've dropped a donation via using PayPal or any of that kind of stuff, I really do appreciate it. I mean, not just for the community, but I mean for me. You know, you guys are, you know, donating to something that I created, and it really does mean a lot to me when you guys are willing to show your support for it. And it's not just money, you know, it's not all about money at all. I get lots of really awesome emails from guys who work in the logging industry and play the game and just absolutely love it. And to hear from you guys too, that's just super cool. I try to reply my best to emails as much as I can. I do get a lot of stuff from a lot of people and weird companies and individuals, and it's a lot of stuff for me to go over. I should just have an episode where I sit and read the emails. I don't know if that would be probably breaking some kind of privacy confidential thing or something, but man, some of the stuff I get, you guys would be entertained by. Some of it's really awesome stuff. Like I said, like, I'm starting to get lots of emails that, well, this past year, like in 2024, it's 2025 now, but in 2024, I got tons of emails from retired loggers that play this game and giving me advice and tips and telling me about block layouts and just like really cool stuff. And some people might not think that's like, oh, it must be annoying. It's not. I think it's so cool to have people that worked in that industry, or this industry, so heavily, basically liking what you're doing and giving you advice on how to improve it is always beneficial to me. I think that's just super duper cool. So to the people that sent me those emails, I replied to most of you guys, so you guys know, you know, my feedback to you for sure. But it's really cool to see that there's people from that industry still engaging in the product, and they just, you know, I don't know, it's really neat what we've achieved, all of us. It's not just me. I mean, I could put it down to me saying, oh yeah, I made all this, but if it wasn't for you guys adopting what I'm making, as in like, you're not, you know, you guys are using this stuff, you guys are promoting this stuff. Every time you go and tag a friend on Facebook or send an email or share a link to somebody, you guys are promoting this material that I'm creating. So, I mean, as much as everyone says, oh, without you, the logging side of the logging side of Farming Simulator would be dead and it would suck. Maybe that's true, but also without your guys' support and help that you've provided to grow FDR Logging into what it is, it wouldn't be here either. So, as much as I would love to take all the credit, it's all of you. It's all of us. It's this whole community of people and the logging industry in general. And again, like sponsors as well, people that have sponsored FDR Logging and kind of come in from the sidelines and offered both donations and their access to their machine models and branding and equipment and allowing us to represent that name, you know. Like, I never, ever imagined, and I'm sure I've said this before in previous videos, but I never imagined in a million years we would ever get to this point. When I started doing this stuff, man, I was just doing it for my own entertainment as a laugh. I never even planned to do it. You know, it was just like a, hey, let's have some fun and just dick around with this thing. And then when I started releasing it, I just, well, it wasn't great when I first started because the mods were horrible when I first started. But over time and a lot of resilience and taking feedback in grand strides, yeah, things got better. But that feedback from the community, the support from the community, the support from all of you. I always say the community, but it's you who are watching this video right now. Every one of you individuals, I have the utmost respect for, and I do appreciate everything that you've done to help me. And I don't feel I say that enough or get the opportunity to say it enough. So I really wanted to dedicate this episode to saying that, to saying thank you. And it's not like we won the lottery here and we have $20 billion and yay, we did it. But for me, the whole logging operation, this whole thing that we've kind of created here, it's like a child of a business. You know, you raise it and feed it and nurture it, and with the support of others, it becomes whatever it becomes. And I think it's become a really good thing, and it's fun, and people are enjoying it. You know, we're not an opinion or a project fact. We're an actual thing, like a toy that people use in entertainment. It's, you know, fun. And now I know there's companies that use my mods to train people, which I think is really cool. There's a few people I've spoken to, both in Canada and the US, that have these mods and joysticks and stuff set up in these rooms and offices, and they're using it to train new people. Again, I'm not going to say who, because I don't know the legality of Giants and using it for training. I mean, there's no money being exchanged or anything, but I don't know about the licensing side. But yeah, they're using it to train new operators. So the fact that we're starting to get the equipment to the point where people are like, dang, that's actually pretty good, we could train operators with that. That's a big attaboy for me. So I really do appreciate that. So from the sponsors to the fans to everybody, it's just I don't know. It's crazy. Sometimes it's very surreal for me myself when I look, like, you know, when you're dealing with it every single day, you know, you're doing comments and you're answering emails and, you know, just doing everything in your spare time between your regular life jobs. You don't really think about it. You know, I just say, oh, here's another thing. Oh, here's another task. Da, 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 da. But every once in a while I stop and I sit back and I'm like, it's like I look at where I started, or I'll see a video. That's the funniest thing. I'll get a friend who'll post me a video and say, hey, you remember this when we played back in 2013 or 2015? And I'll look at that video and I'll be like, oh my God. And then suddenly I just kind of get this wash over me of like what has happened since that time. You know, it's like that walk down memory lane kind of feeling, right? And it's like, oh man, it's like we really, really have come a long way, right? I mean, there's always room for strides and improvement. I mean, I could make these machines 10,000 times more and there would still be stuff that there's not perfect or things that we'd want more of, right? But if I look back, it's amazing what we've achieved. If you guys ever want to have some real fun, go back and look at, I think it was like FS15. I think it's called like the Golden Oldies. I think it was 15. And it's like the first Feller Buncher or something. And it's just this god-awful, ugly, horrible thing It wasn't even my model for the body. It was somebody else's mod that I had altered just so I could try to make the feller buncher work. Same with the, there's like a button top. And they were just horrible. The concepts were there, but man, were they bad. So I look back at that stuff and I'm like, oh boy, we were in a whole world there when we were doing that. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Pretty darn funny. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know how else to say other than just a big giant thank you to everybody for everything that we've done and everything that we've accomplished. And the positive comments and emails that you guys give really does, you know, as much as I can pretend to be cold, calloused modder or something where I just production. When I do see comments from you guys showing support and positivity for what we're doing, it's nice. I like it. I'll tell you, there's nothing better than waking up and reading comments about how happy people are with something, right? Like that, I don't know, that gives me a lot of inspiration when I'm modding. Because I know it's getting used by people, and I know, you know, it's being appreciated. And then on the other side, you know, you can also get negative comments that can kind of put you in a downer mood when you wake up and see only negative comments, but that usually doesn't happen very often. Sometimes it'll just be a weird day and you'll get a whole bunch of crabby people at the same time complaining about something that I may not even have control over, or it's been discussed, you know, just little stuff. But I try not to pay that too much attention. I'm all open for constructive criticism, but some people just like to get down and nasty. But that's not the people I'm doing this for. So I'm doing it for me, and I'm doing it for the people that like what we're doing, support us. As I'm sure I've described multiple times in previous scenarios. I figure what I hit there must have been that ridge. But yeah, yeah. I also want to say, like, I had planned to. I don't know how I would do it, but like what I've always wanted to do is have like Wall of Fame or something, like, I don't know, like on the website or something where I could just post the names of all the people that have donated. Like every time somebody donates on PayPal or Patreon, like I would love to just throw a username up there, but like it's been so many people, like there'd be thousands of names and I'd have to go back through like hours and hours and hours of history to get everybody's name right. And then I'd probably miss people and then they'd complain or something. I don't know. So like as much as I want to do like a Wall of Fame of all the people that have donated to FDR Logging, it's such a process for me to try to figure that out. Maybe there'll be an AI way I can do that in the future here, but yeah, I don't know. I really wanted everybody to know that every donation, whether it be 5 cents all the way up to, you know, $100 or God knows what, it's all appreciated. If not from the community, from me for sure. Because there's a lot of the community that you know hasn't been part of the supporting, which is totally fine. Everyone's welcome to download the mods for free. We don't do this for profit, so I really don't care. But there's a lot of people that have never donated, and they play with the mods, and some people make demands and and they don't realize the time that's been put into this stuff from not just me spending the time on the mods, but like people's money, people's value, people's time. Like when I look at money, I don't necessarily see it as money so much as I used to. I see it more as time, right? If some guy goes on there and donates $40, $50, I don't know what he does for a living. Maybe that $50 is 2 hours of his job. Maybe it's 5 hours of his job. Maybe it's 10 hours of his job, depending on what country you're in. I don't know, right? But somebody took the time and the effort and the support to donate their time, which is their life, if you really want to get crazy about it, time from their life that they've pulled and given to us, and we're responsible for doing something with it. So that's why every time people are donating, like I said, whether it's $1 or $100 or anything, any amount, I'm always like super appreciative of it. And I know maybe it sounds really corny. I don't know. In this day and age, it sounds corny, but like I really do think it's more valuable than people put a name on it, right? It really is. It's a value that I think a lot of people take for granted. time is a very precious entity. Maybe not to all, but to the reality of it, you know. So when I see people donating their time out of their lives, both to use and play with the machines, but also to donate money from their time, that's just, I don't know. I really, really do have a lot of respect for that. So, again, maybe that's a little far for some people, but I don't know. So the fans, like I said, that don't donate, I just want them to realize that all of these mods, all of this equipment, everything has been paid for by either myself or fans, or a combination of both. And it's everybody's time, everybody's money, everybody's blood, sweat, and tears, basically, that have gone into creating what you're seeing now. And that's why I am kind of a stickler about trying to make everything function in a very positive way. I'm going to put this behind me here. In a very, very positive way is the goal. So, like I said, may sound a bit corny to some, which is totally fine. But, yeah. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It'll be the title of this episode. It'll be, how many thank yous can I fit in the headline? But yeah, it's good to know that. It's good to know that all of those donations are appreciated. Sometimes I don't get the opportunity to really say thank you to everybody. Not in a way I'd like to. Like, it's so different to, like, on the internet, right? Like, if some guy walked up to me in the street and said, "Oh, hey, Jordan, I really like what you do. Here's $50 cash out of my wallet." That'd be crazy, right? You'd be like, "Oh my God, dude, like, holy crap. Like, can I go buy you a sandwich, or like take you out for lunch, or get you a beer, or like something?" Like, you know, like you want to, I'm the kind of person that's like, I want to reciprocate, something that's given to me. So if somebody does me a favor, I want to reciprocate that favor. I owe you one. I definitely owe you one. I'm going to pay you back. I want to do something for you, you know? So in real life, like I said, if that were to happen, it's a totally different feeling. On the internet, you know, I'll get a ding notification on my phone that says, "Oh, so-and-so donated, you know, $20 on PayPal," or "You have a new subscriber on Patreon," right? And I'm like, "Oh, sweet." Like, to myself, I'm like, "Hey, sweet, we got a new person. That's cool. Hope they enjoy the mods," you know? But it's so, like, oops, where's my thing not shifting? There we go. It's so, like, dissociative in terms of like reality. Like, you're not actually physically here giving me the gift, so it's hard for me to be like, "Oh, thanks," right? Any opportunity I get, I try to email people. Like, I've had email things where I get the donation and then I have an email and I email them and I'm like, "Thank you so much, we appreciate it," as much as I humanly can. And I know lots of people have got those. I'm sure not everyone, especially the anonymous people. I can't really do that for you guys, but yeah, it's so surreal having people send you donations online and be like, you know, in it to win it for the cause sort of thing, because it's just wild. But I don't take it for granted. I absolutely do not take it for granted, because it's I don't know. I just never thought somebody would be sending us money for a thing that we created. That seems crazy. Me growing up in a small, very small town and a very small place, and not from a rich family at all. In fact, from a very non-rich family. Just to have people being so generous just seems really weird. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's weird. It's weird for me to mentally grasp it. But I don't know. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, even if I don't always get the chance to express that appreciation. But that's why we're here. We got this video. And then anytime somebody new donates, I'm just going to send them a link to this video, because I hope they can feel the love. But yeah. And like I said, nobody is obligated to donate. This community is all free. And like I said, I've said it before in the past, if, you know, the economy's crazy. So I I don't expect people to donate. I understand times are tough for a lot of people. Times are tough in general in the economy. So, like, if you can't afford to donate, don't feel bad. Just don't donate. It's totally fine. If one day you're super rich and you have a whole bunch of extra money and you feel like donating, you know, throw $1 at us or something. Yeah, woohoo, love it. Great. But if for whatever reason you're in a situation where you don't have money, like, I've been there myself. I've been broke as living hell and in debt, and I absolutely feel for people. Because I had one guy send me an email, and he's like, oh man, he's like, I download the mods, and he's like, I really, like, the mods are great, and it's like, this is all really wonderful. I want to donate, but, you know, like, I'm a single dad, and I don't have any, and I'm like, dude, just like, oh my God, like, no worries, bro. Like, don't, like, I can't believe I even have to have this conversation. Like, don't you worry a bit. Like, it's totally just fine that you're not donating money. Like, oh my God. But, like, people feel bad, right? Well, some people have just said, like, you know, oh, I feel bad using this this equipment and not being able to kind of, like, give back to you guys for what you do. And it's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I do this because I love it. The community supports what we're doing because they love it. We all love it. This is a love zone. Everybody loves everybody, you know, like, it's all good, man. It really is. I would rather people play with the mods and just have a good time. That's all I really want. Like I've said in multiple episodes, this isn't a huge financial market here. Like, if I was trying to survive on FDR logging as an income, I would have been dead years ago. So it's not a money-driven market here. This is all community-driven and fun and good times. Like, it's not about cash flow. Who cares? And like I've said multiple times, if FDR logging ran out of donators, like tomorrow, all of a sudden, no more money flow, no more donations, no more nothing, I'd still keep doing it. I mean, I'd still keep making new mods. I would still keep buying new models. I mean, it would take a lot longer because I'd have to, like right now, we're averaging about one new mod a month, which is awesome. Again, the price of our modeling stuff has gone up again, which is super unfortunate for us, but I totally understand with the economy, you know, prices don't just stay stagnant. So the prices have gone up a bit, which kind of sucks a little bit because it just makes our donation fund a little less valuable than it was before. But yeah, like if tomorrow we suddenly lost all our donations and there was no more money coming in from the donation side, I would still keep buying models and building stuff. I would just, like I said, it would just take longer because I'd have to save up for like 3 months to buy it or 4 months to buy a new model instead of getting one every month, what we're pretty much doing right now. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we have what we have, but at the same time, it's all good. We are not a corporate company. I do not have a secretary. There are no well, you guys are the investors. I was gonna say, we don't have a public market. We don't have to keep the investors happy in terms of cutting our bottom dollar and bottom line and all that corporate BS. We are just me. I'm your guy, and you're the community, letting me know what you want and what you want to do. And I think it's been going really well. Very positive so far. I've been really happy with it. Very happy with it. Very happy with you guys. So like I said, donate out of the love of your heart and the love of your wanting to support this logging adventure that we're on. But don't do it out of an act of, like, guilt. I really don't care. If you don't have the money, don't use it. I've said that over and over and over. Like, it's not what I want. I'm not that kind of guy. I can't shark you like that. Like somebody once told me, I said, if I was a little bit more of a business sharky, attituded, take no prisoners kind of person in terms of how I operate FDR logging, I probably could have way more money from it. And I've had people give me business proposals and plans and ways to, like, basically turn this into a paid DLC type thing from our own end, and just all kinds of weird stuff. And, like, I get the money side of it. Like, okay, yeah, if I wanted to turn this into a business and become some corporate whatever I could find a way to do that. But that's not what I want to do. You want a good example of that. So, I won't say the name because, I mean, the conversation was private. So I won't say the name of the company. But, okay, so one of my sponsors, I'll say one of my sponsors, when I first started dealing with this particular sponsor, you know what they said is they were so excited to get their machinery into the game, and they were just like, oh my God, you know, like, this is so amazing, we're so excited. And then we kind of got to this point where it was like this elephant in the room kind of feeling. But not for me, but like kind of dancing around the subject, right? And I was like, so yeah, everything's all good then? And they're like, well, there's just one more detail we wanted to go over, right? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, what's that, right? And they're like, so like, how much money is this going to cost us? Like, what's your rate, right? I was like, dude, I don't have a rate. I was like, I'm like, it's not about the money. I said, this is all about, if a brand is willing to give me their name to promote in the game, that's all the money I want out of that. That is such an honor for me. And I get it. Everyone's like, oh, these companies are these huge conglomerates. They make billions of dollars off of their machines. You should get as much money out of them as possible, right? And yeah, sure, okay, you could go that route if you really wanted to. You could go down the road of being this money grubbing, oh yeah, these guys make billions of dollars so they can pay $50,000 per mod or some crazy whatever number you wanted to do. But that is not my philosophy in what I've created here. That is not what I want, and that is not, I wouldn't feel good about it. I just wouldn't. I know maybe that sounds crazy to some people, but I just don't. I don't care. You know, and some of the more business-oriented people that I've spoken to about FDR logging in general think I'm an idiot, basically, for all this missed potential and blah, 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 right? And I mean, granted, I'm a stubborn guy. I'm very stubborn when it comes to some things, but I don't want to turn FDR logging into a money-dependent grubbing kind of thing. It's not a company in terms of financial gain, and I don't want it to go that way. I really don't. I mean, if somebody wants to donate, $2 million to FDR logging and, say, hey, Jordan, go retire and just do that for the rest of your life, I'm not going to say no to that. Like, I'm not stupid. But I'm also not going to do kind of what I feel is scammy business practices, especially with sponsors, to try to get more money for stuff that I don't even give a crap about the money in the first place. I don't care. I think a lot of people just need to get that through their heads. I don't care. I have enough money made from my own jobs that I work in my personal life and money I've saved, and I'm happy. I'm content. I don't really need more. I have everything I've ever wanted in terms of technology and toys and things, and I don't even need half of the stuff I do have. I'm happy. So, flashback to the conversation I was just having, because I kind of detered off there. So when this company was asking about money, I said, I don't know, man. Like, I said, you know what? Some companies have made donations based on whatever they want. You guys do whatever you want. I really don't care. I said, you don't have to pay anything. I said, the fact that you're giving me the models of your equipment already saves the logging community. It's a win-win for us already, because one, I get to represent your brand and your name, which is awesome. That's what I'm excited about. And two, the logging community gets these models for free. I didn't have to pull from the donation pot. I can put that money towards a different model now. So you guys are giving us these free models. And the guy I was talking to on the phone just started chuckling, right? And he's laughing, and he's like, and I thought that was really weird. And I was like, well, what's up? And he's like, well, he's like, I'm just really happy to see that you're in this for, like, for what you're doing, for like the logging, community, for the feeling of it, right? He's like, I'm so happy to see that that's what you're doing this for. And he's like right there. He said, he's like, this is how I know I made the right choice picking to do this with you. Because he was going to work with other modders that he had talked to. He was going to do other things. And it was in that little conversation that we had in that little window of me just telling him I don't care about the money. Like, don't pay me anything. Just give me the models, right? He said, he's like, I know I made the right choice now, because he's like, I know you don't care about the money. He's like, I wasn't really sure what the deal was, like whether this was going to be like a big negotiation and you were going to try to like ask for a bunch of money. And I said, no, man, that's 100% what I'm not about. So, yeah. Anyway, I was really glad that that conversation went that way. And then they ended up donating money anyway. They gave us a decent portion of money to throw into the donator pot just because. The guy said, here, just have this. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, here's a check. He sent me a check in the mail. He said, here, this is for future stuff with FDR Logging. And that's when I did some giveaways. I did some clothing giveaways. That might have been the joystick giveaway, actually. I can't remember what I did with that one. It was just a good amount of money, and as much as I wanted to put it in the pot for the models, I was like, you know what? This feels special, and we need to do something special with it. So I bought a whole bunch of FDR Logging clothing, and yeah, we gave it to some of the people that helped out in the community. We did some draws, and again, I want to do more draws. That's coming up. I know I say this all the time. And it's not a lie. We do want to do more draws. Can I get this out of the ground? Ugh, stupid thing. There we go. I want to do more draws, and draws in terms of like giving clothing away, because I actually have a new system now. It used to be a pain in my arse because I'd have to ship all of the stuff here to me in Canada, and then after I got it all on hand, I would have to repackage it and ship it again, and it was really expensive to do it that way. But now with that merch site that I have, that spread shop or spread shirt or whatever the hell they're called, on that site, I can actually do ship direct to people. So if I do a draw, say for an FDR Logging hat or a hoodie or something, instead of me shipping it to me and then having to ship it to them and a big cost, I can just ship it directly to people's doors from the store where I don't have to handle it at all, which is awesome, right? And I'm sure I could have done that before, but I didn't know how because I wasn't in the whole clothing market scene. So I'm just gonna leave this parked here. All right, okay, we've been both baloneying here for a long time. So yeah, again, I know it's been a longer episode than normal, but thank you. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. I appreciate every single one of you, every single dime that you guys give us, every single positive comment and support and sharing and the growth that we've gotten. Keep sharing the mods with everybody. Tell people about us. Spread the gospel, like let's keep her going. Let's keep the growth going. I'm so happy with where we are. And if we never grow another inch past where we are right now in terms of our fan base or anything, I'm okay with that. I'm so happy with everything right now that I feel like we won. I want to do more, but I feel like we've achieved something really awesome here. And it's all thanks to you guys. As much as myself, I can't thank you guys more than enough because you're more part of this than you'll ever know. All right, guys, I'll hide the sympathies for the rest of it, but thanks for watching, and thank you again. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.